Hello, Happy New Year, and welcome to 2022 and the spring semester. And boy, am I excited about this class. I have never taught anthropology. I'm not an anthropologist, and putting this class together has taught me that lesson so vividly. This is going to be a mutual learning thing. Yes, I have taken courses in anthropology, so I'm pretty qualified to teach this class, but it's been a wonderful experience as a psychologist. It's a wonderful experience to teach sociology, and it's a wonderful experience to teach anthropology, and yet again, another lens through which to look at the world. And I'm really excited. The class is all filled up. Very excited to get this class underway. I spent all of break putting this together. It is going to be a course I know I'm going to revise as I learn about the field, as you learn about the field, and as I gain your feedback about this wonderful profession and field of cultural anthropology. Now, you're watching this video because you've gone into Brightspace, you found our course in there. So let's take a look at Brightspace and how I use it and where you get all the materials for this class for your best enjoyment of this class. So here we are in Brightspace. And this is where the video is. First off, this announcement section, I use this extensively to any updates to the class, any errors that I find in my documents, I'll give the updates there. Every time I grade something, all of that information is going to be communicated through this particular portal. Aside from that, you pretty much only need to go to the content section. Go to the content section, and usually, at the beginning, it will open up here. As you just saw, when you go into Brightspace, it opens up to the last place you were. The last place I was in this class, I was looking at the documents, and that's where it brought me when I went back in. When you log in for the first time, it will probably bring you to this particular place. Here's a little video about how to navigate in this class, some basic information, the course, when it starts, and we're online. Some student services here, links to there, a little bit bio about me, and the course syllabus. Now we're going to be going through a lot of content here. There's 19 chapters that we're going to be covering. Course activities, all described here. Grading is going to be the online discussions are going to be worth 40% of your grade. Chapter quizzes are worth 30%, and the assignments are worth 30%. Now, if we go back up to the top here, the next place I want you to look at is the course documents. And the course documents have a number of important things to look at. These are course expectations. These are generic course expectations for all of my classes. Course policies, online classroom behavior and etiquette, some advice for success in college that I pass on to you. And right here, the textbook and course book information. You click on here, and that brings you to information about our textbook and about the accompanying course book. Now, this textbook is available for free. You can download it. You can look at it online. You can download each chapter one at a time if you have space limitations or something like that. That's yours to go out. The other documents, so you need both of these. Okay, so for every chapter in this textbook, I have a document I call a course book, which is all of my lesson plans, all of my lectures, links to videos, my interpretations, my psychology, sociology interpretations of this particular chapter of the things that I focused on. Now, I need you to understand that I focused on material that I was going to be doing quizzes and discussions and assignments about. The intercultural stories are in the textbook. To get the whole picture, you have to read the textbook. The material is not completely covered in the course books. The course books just kind of highlight the things I want you to pay attention to for the assignments. You'll get to know anthropology not because of the course book, but because you've read the textbook. You'll get to know cultural anthropology. So make sure that you don't skip the textbook. Very, very important if you're going to get anything really of substance out of the class. Now, this page right here click here, and that brings you to download this, or you can buy a print copy too. And the cultural anthropology course book, you access through these links. As I said, I've been working all break on this. I just finished it a couple days ago. So right now there's a PDF version that you can download for free. There's an EPUB version, and I've submitted it to Apple iBooks for publication, and I've submitted it to Amazon for print publication if somebody wanted to get it printed. Now that course book, as I've been saying, contains all of my interpretations and lessons and descriptions of the assignments that I want you to get done. So that course book, I have it right here. If I bring it up, this is the course book as it appears on my computer. If I go to the menu here, and in this particular context here, I can go to chapter 1, and it brings, this is what it looks like on my computer. And so for each chapter, there's an attention getter. And here I get into, right off the bat, what is that unique point of view on reality that comes from the anthropological perspective, getting right into that, getting into the learning outcomes for this particular chapter. And then we go into the teaching, what is anthropology, going some video content here that you can play right in the document, or you can click this link on the PDFs, that will work. Or if you're, eventually when this is printable, if you print this page, of course, these links and whatnot don't work. But for all the links in the course books, I've included a QR code. You scan this with your phone, and it will bring you to this movie, or bring you to the document that I'm linking to. So that's accessible to print as well. I go into culture, ethnocentrism, a little bit on our journey to cultural competence here, and then finally in this chapter, the assessments area, where I describe what I want you to do. And in this particular chapter, there are 2 discussions, and this is what you're going to be doing, and a chapter 1 quiz with 1 question on it. Now, the idea is that you're going to read the chapter in the textbook, then you're going to read the chapter in the course book, get to the end of that chapter, and you're going to look at the discussions and the quiz or the assignment, and you're going to prepare yourself to submit those things to the course. So that's the time that you would go back into Brightspace. Now, when you go back into Brightspace, let me get back to the content section here, you'll see that there's a folder, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. These all correspond to chapter 1, let's say in the textbook, the course book, and in here, they all have to do with chapter 1. I click on chapter 1, and what it brings me to is a page that has discussion, chapter 1 discussion A, chapter 1 discussion B, and chapter 1 quiz, just like you saw in the course book. So this is where you submit that work. Now, this content is laid out over the whole semester in a document I call the course timeline. You click on that, and this shows each week what we will be covering, and the red things are the stuff you have to do to get graded. So here we are in our first week. You're going to be doing chapter 1, Introduction to Anthropology. So you read chapter 1 in the textbook, read chapter 1 in the course book, and I'm going to be expecting you to participate in the chapter 1 discussion A, chapter 1 discussion B, and the chapter 1 quiz. The week after that, we're going to be doing 2 chapters. Chapter 1, the culture concept, chapter 3, doing field work, and the corresponding work that's there. So much of this stuff you can either work ahead on, except for you can work ahead on, you can stay right with the class, except the discussions. I'm asking people not to work ahead on the discussions. Everything's open and you can access and you could post. But just refrain from doing that, because I want to be able to bring the class together on that. It actually creates a little bit of stress for some people who are, kind of just keeping up with the class to see work being done ahead. So let's be kind to each other in that way. And so let's just keep the discussions timed. And but you can work on the quizzes and assignments ahead of time. Just be mindful that you read all that material that prepares you to do that. And I cannot emphasize enough, I know I wrote this course book, and it has very minimal information. It has very minimal references to the multicultural stories that exemplify the concepts that are all in the textbook. So you have to read that textbook. It is super interesting. I've learned so much, and I know together we're going to learn so much about the world through this exploration together. I'm really looking forward to that. So that's it for this week. If I haven't said it, because this is the 6th video I do in a row here, preparing for this semester, these videos are going to be posted every week on Monday. And so sometime on Monday, come in, look at the video, and I'll be going over sort of the expectations. Not a lecture, that's all covered by the course book, but I'll be giving some reminders of things coming up and what we're going to be covering this week. And so make sure you look at those. That's my way of communicating the week has started. We're getting ready to go, and here's what I'm going to be expecting. So looking forward to seeing you online. Have a great semester. Good luck to all of you, and take much care.